Now we've cut 2 all the way to the center. We're going to do the same process one last time. Now we can open the split nut and slide this back 2 inches again and lock it back down. But you notice that we then had to drive it back to the beginning every time. Like this. Now when we finish this cut, I'm going to show you a shortcut that will save you a little bit of cranking. Now I could crank it back to the beginning point. But I'll show you a little shortcut. If we open the split nut and slide it back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches to 9.5 and lock it back down, it's in the same location. You recall we set the gears for a 6-inch pitch. Now we can go ahead and start the next cut. Well, the main section is finished, and we can take a close-up look to see what we have here. Obviously, you could cut a hollow spiral like this by hand, but it would be much more time-consuming. You'll also notice that this is going to require very little sanding. Now, in the next step, we'll go ahead and cut the round tenons, or the dowels on each end, to put the part together when we're finished. We'll position the router at 10 3/4, which will put this edge of the router bit in the center of that cut. Now we'll test cut, and then we'll measure it and recut it to a 1/2 inch like we did before. Now this is measuring just about 30/1000ths of an inch oversize. So we only need to plunge down 15/1000ths of an inch. Again, we're going to zero the scale at this point and lower it down to 15/1000ths of an inch and then make our last cut. Now we'll move the router over 2 turns, which is a 1/2 inch, and we'll make the other cut. You'll notice that by bringing the router bit in from the back side as we make this cut, it gives us a nice clean shoulder on the right-hand side, and we get a little tear out on the left. When we cut at the headstock end, we'll cut from the near side, and that will give us a clean cut shoulder on the left. So I position the router at 2¼ inches, and we'll cut from the front side.